Hello everyone, Ozzy is here with the second lesson about modals. Well, in the last video we learned how to talk about necessity, prohibition, and lack of necessity using have to, have got to, and must. If you haven't watched the video yet, I recommend watching it. It's absolutely practical. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about other usages of modals. Should, ought to, had better, and could for advisability and suggestions. Well, should and ought to both express advisability. Their meaning ranges in strength from a suggestion, like it is a good idea, to a statement about responsibility or duty, like it is an important thing to do. For example, you should study harder. You ought to study harder. Here the meaning is, it is a good idea, it is my advice, my suggestion. Let's take a look at these sentences, please. Drivers should obey the speed limit. Drivers ought to obey the speed limit. Well, here the meaning is, it is an important thing to do. It is an important responsibility. Important tip. Native speakers often pronounce ought to as oughta in informal speech. For example, I oughta study tonight, but I think I'll watch TV instead. Oughta means ought to. What about the negative form? Well, the negative contraction of should is shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't leave the keys in the car. As you can see, the negative form also shows advisability. But be careful that ought to is not commonly used in the negative. The next one is had better. Well, had better in meaning is close to should and ought to, but had better is usually stronger. It often implies a warning or a threat of possible bad consequences. For example, the gas tank is almost empty. We had better stop at the next gas station. It means if we don't stop at the gas station, there will be a bad result. We will run out of gas. Another example. You had better take care of that cut on your hand soon, or it will get infected. Useful notes to use had better. Had better has a present or future meaning. It is followed by the simple form of the verb, as in the last example, you had better take care of the cut on your hand. It's common in speaking than writing. What is the contraction of had better? It's better, like you'd better take care of it. You'd better take care of it. Could can also be used to make suggestions. For example, my son be like, I'm having trouble in my math class. I be like, you could talk to your teacher, or you could ask Anne to help you with your math lessons, or I could try to help you. Here, by using could, I mean, I have some possible suggestions for you. It's possible to do this, or it's possible to do that. I can also say, you should talk to your teacher, but should is a stronger and more definite than could. It means, I believe it is important for you to talk to your teacher, or this is what I recommend. If you want to soften the strength of should, you can use it with maybe, as in the following sentence. maybe you should talk to your teacher. Two other common ways to give softer suggestions are with the expressions might want and I would. For example, you might want to talk to your teacher, or I would talk to your teacher. The meaning in the last example is, if I were you, I would talk to your teacher. It's a piece of advice. But in speaking, it is often shortened to I would. Let's move on to another use of modals, expectation. Well, be supposed to and should are the ones used to talk about expectation. Be supposed to expresses the idea that someone like I, we, they, the teacher, lots of people, my father, etc., expect something to happen. For example, the game is supposed to begin at 10 o'clock. The committee is supposed to vote by secret ballot. Well, be supposed to often expresses expectations about a scheduled event, as in sentence A, or procedures, as in sentence B. It also shows expectations about behavior. I'm supposed to go to the meeting. The boss told me that he wants me to attend. Children are supposed to put away their toys before they go to bed. Be careful not to confuse I am supposed to with I suppose. I am supposed to means I am expected to, but I suppose means I think or I believe. Should can also be used to show expectation. Should is such a useful modal, right? Let's take a look at these examples. The mail should be here soon. It means the speaker expects the mail to be here soon. Or, Amy should be back in a minute. It means the speaker expects Amy to be back any minute. Well, I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. As always, your support means a lot to us. Thanks for watching.